I'm sorry, but did you know that after Chris Watts unalived his wife Shannan, their two daughters, as well as their unborn son, and then went to prison for it, that his parents then attempted to collect the $450,000 life insurance policy that was paid out only as a result of their son unaliving their daughter-in-law and their grandchildren? Did you know that? Because I did not know that till today. So apparently Chris Watts had taken a $450,000 life insurance policy out on Shannan and their two daughters prior to him unaliving them. The policy was paid out in full. However, Shannan's parents obviously felt like they were entitled to the money. However, Chris Watts' parents then fired back saying they felt the money belonged to them. Cindy and Ronnie Watts, the parents of Chris Watts, after he was sentenced to prison, were named in a civil lawsuit that was filed by Zurich America Insurance Company. The filing went on to say that Shannan and both of the girls fit all the criteria for a full payout. However, Chris Watts obviously would not be entitled to any of that money, considering he is the reason that they are no longer here. You cannot be paid to unalive your spouse and your children. You cannot take out your entire family and then reap the benefits of the life insurance policy. That is known as the Slayer statute. And that would have been the end of it because Chris Watts actually didn't fight back against that in court. He actually asked that all of the money be left in Shannan's estate. However, since Chris Watts does not have any living descendants because he unalived all of them, any money that he would have been entitled to, considering he's not entitled to it now because he's the reason that they are no longer here, money would then be left to his next living family members, which would be his parents. And instead of just allowing the money to be left in the estate, his parents decided to go to court, take Shannan's grieving parents back to court, and fight them for money that they felt they were owed. At the end of it all, the insurance company decided to just wash its hands of the entire thing, and the courts ultimately ordered for the funds to be put into an account and then distributed by lawyers. Court filings went on to say on August 18th, 2020, the court issued its order granting plaintiffs' unopposed motion to interplead funds into the court's registry for dismissal with prejudice and for permanent injunction directing plaintiff to pay the policy proceeds of $450,000 into the registry of the court. Plaintiff paid the policy proceeds into the registry of the court on August 25th of 2020. It goes on to say how defendants Franklin Ruzek as personal representative of the estate of Shannan Watts, Ronnie Watts, Cindy Watts, Franklin Ruzek, and Sandra Ruzek have reached a settlement in the matter. Defendants request that the court order that the $450,000 paid by plaintiff into the registry of the court be dispersed in full to the Grant and Hoffman account. Grant and Hoffman shall then disperse the funds pursuant to the settlement between the defendants. It has never been publicly disclosed how the funds were split, but it is heavily insinuated that they were split, meaning his family allegedly got compensation for the unaliving of their daughter-in-law and their grandchildren. And if his family is sending any of that money to help fund his life in prison, that means he, in fact, has profited financially off of unaliving his wife and children. Now that I have got this information, you will never convince me that this was not planned. A $450,000 life insurance policy, a new girlfriend, an unalived wife and 3 children. That sounds like an attempt to go and start a new life. Allegedly. But I don't know, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below.